Josh and Workday Jay back with the America is Blue preview podcast for the West London Derby today. Seventh place Fulham at Craven Cottage, sitting on 28 points. Southwest 6 status. Who owns the West? 3 p.m. Eastern today in the East Coast of the United States of America. J. Martin Himmelstein, you get the first word around here. Give me the one thing that you're looking for in the match today.
Is there any life left in our squad? Do we have the will to go ahead and try to put this thing together and get this season back on track, or are we going to still capitulate regardless of who we bring in and what our manager throws out there? So that's what I'm looking for. What is your one thing?
My one thing to look for is the return. Well, not even necessarily the return. Willian in the match today. One of my favorite all-time Blues. Absolutely love the guy. Just absolutely can't say enough about how much I appreciate what he did, for our club. And seeing him in black and white is very interesting. I always wish him nothing but the best. I'm very interested to see if he plays with a little extra edge. You know that he doesn't exactly he's not a very demonstrative type of guy. He doesn't bark or yell or anything like that. But I know that he's going to have his intensity cranked up a little bit higher today as he's taking on his old boys.
How did I know you were going to do that? I knew you were going to go with number 22.
Because I love him.
And actually, he came out, I don't know if it was a tweet or somebody had just taken something from an interview. He's like, if I have to score today, I'll score, but I'm not going to celebrate out of respect for the team. So class from the Brazilian.
All day long, baby. So here we go, man. This is a huge, huge match in the grand scheme of things for the season. Fulham does have a game in hand, but they have the same points as Liverpool right now, and Liverpool have a game in hand on them as well. So this is big jockeying time. We've got to come away with something. And as we're looking at the lineups here, I'm going to try to shake things up a little bit. Let's see what we have. But I'd love to hear who you have. I know we both have Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. Let's talk about what the back fours look like. Who do you got?
So I am going with Marco Correa. I'm going with Thiago Silva. I think Koulibaly needs a little bit of time on the bench, so I'm playing Trevor Chalobah next to him. And for lack of any other bodies who are standing up, I'm going with Dave.
I unfortunately completely agree with you again. I actually have Chalobah in there again. Koulibaly definitely needs a little bit of a rest and a reset. We need the leadership of Thiago Silva. Marc Cucurella has been completely underwhelming and very disappointing, but nonetheless, he's the body that we have, and he cost, 60, 70 million pounds. So I suppose you got to play the guy. Moving up into the midfield, I'll take this one, if you don't mind. I think Kova has to start the game again in the center of the pitch. We got to get Mount back into that roaming position. And I am going to stick with Denis Zakaria because I really like the way that he's been playing and conducting himself. We need a physical presence. And if he can continue to hopefully maintain some of the momentum that he's had positively, I'd rather have him out there.
Yeah, so formationally, I'm a little bit different. So I'm going to the 4-2-3-1 that we put out there versus City. So my kind of defensive-ish midfield is going to be Denis Zakaria and Kovacic.
Yep. And then underneath him, who's playing your number 10? Oh, actually, just give me your number 10 and your two wingers.
I toil with my number 10. I've been flip-flopping on it even as we're speaking. I don't want to see the same shit that we've been throwing out there. I really don't. I think João Felix gets a start, lack of bodies. I think Ziyech is on the other side. Yep. And I'm being bold here. I'm getting rid of Kai Havertz. Mm-hmm. I am getting rid of Mason Mount today. And I am starting Carney Chukwuemeka.
All right. Where do you have Carney? Out on the wing?
I have him in the middle.
Okay, number 10.
Number 10.
All right.
Dude, he's been one of these guys who's been positive, who's been going forward, who's been direct with the ball. All those other guys have not. I don't want to see any more sideways, backward bullshit. So I think this is an opportunity to go ahead and spice things up a little bit, be sound in the back, but take some chances up front. So I'm putting Carney in the middle.
Carney in the middle. I do like switching that up. I, too, am giving Kai Havertz the heave-ho. I'm actually going to put Raheem Sterling out on his natural, left hand.
He's out.
Oh, actually, no.
He's out. His hammies are
that's right.
Yeah.
Raheem is out. I'm actually going, Joao Felix in the middle. I'm misreading this. I have Joao Felix in the middle. I do have Ziyech out on the right-hand side. And then I'm actually going to put Lewis Hall in the game. Get him out there.
As a forward.
Yep. Get him out on the left. I'm having two guys out on two left footers out on either side. We need to change every single thing that we're doing. And Lewis Hall, give me Lewis Hall the ball out on the wing, because I see that dude marauding forward from the back. Let me see what he does from the front. He prefers a midfield position anyway, and he's supposed to be versatile. Put him in there. Do anything, because I want to see that kid out on the field. I just want to see him. I know it sounds wild and stupid and crazy, but we need anything right now. And it's unbelievable to see how tepid we've been when we get into the final third. Give me somebody who just doesn't care anymore. Because I'll tell you what, the other thing I like about Lewis Hall, he's got a lot of fuck it in him. So, you know what, Lewis? Fuck it. Get in there, bomb some crosses in there, take a fucking couple of swings, because we need anything dynamic.
I was toiling with him. I want to see more of him also. I was thinking about putting him in for Cucurella. And I think if Cucurella is shaky over the first 45 minutes, I honestly think that's like the first sub. That's a no-brainer first sub is to get Lewis Hall in there.
Give me this dude in there all day. I would be interested to see what it's like having two left footers accompanying Joao Felix, because you can dump in crosses, and you got Ziyech likes to cut on his inside foot anyway. So it could be an interesting overlay effect. I also didn't want Havertz in there because he's just been less than impressive. We need somebody else who's going to mix it up. Joao Felix is a little bit more of a runner, somebody that's going to get in behind. Let's see if he can do that.
All right, and up top, for me, we don't have any strikers, and I did not want to run Kai Havertz out there, so I'm giving Fofana his day. Let him go out there. He didn't show us a lot versus City. I've seen a lot of pundits like, oh, he's making great run. Nobody saw shit from this guy. We were already getting absolutely drubbed. We still have no idea what that guy brings to the table. He's a physical specimen. He's got quicks. I did notice that. As far as whether he's going to make good runs, whether he's going to make the right decisions, whether he's going to be good striking the ball, I have no idea. Let's see what he can do.
God bless, man. There's anything that we can do to, like I said, just bring some spark back, some sort of desperation, some real urgency. We better come out and be dominant, absolutely dominant, and absolutely try to take the game to them. We can't let anything slip in this game. I'll tell you what, if we lose this, Graham Potter might get sacked.
May not be that bad. Silver linings. So
let's put that on the table.
I don't know. I mean, the board seems to continually back him. I'm going to throw one thing out there on him. Obviously, I think everybody's kind of gotten my opinion on the situation, but he's constantly asked about the pressure and the lack of results and how bad we're playing. And he's like, well, Pep Guardiola said some nice things about me, and Pep Guardiola had a little bit of a rough time at City his first year. And Jurgen Klopp had some tough times at the beginning of his race. And Michael Arteta had some. Dude, you can't compare yourself to any of them. You don't have the pedigree. You have no track record. Please don't be taking words from world-class managers and automatically incorporating that into what you do. But put out a couple of decent performances first before you go back and start relying upon these guys, because you can't speak for yourself. It drove me nuts listening to that. Anyway, just wanted to lob that one in there.
No, that's totally fine and not incendiary in any way. We're here to talk about what we think about Chelsea Football Club. So let's get the results out there. What do you got on this game, pal?
I think we're going to win. I do. I hope that we're going to win. This is desperation times, and I really think that if we go ahead and we get that stale energy out of the team and get some of these youth guys in there, they're going to make mistakes. That's okay. I don't know if we're going to go out there and dominate. Fulham's been on great form. They're 3-0 since the World Cup break. But I want to see a team that's energized and that's going to show some passion and is going to show that some hunger that they actually want this, and not this like just lethargy that we're seeing from guys who we expect better from. So I think we will get it done. I think we're going to have a clean sheet, and I think we're going to squeak this one out 1-0.
Well, you, my friend, have way more optimism than I do, because I think the misery is going to continue. I think it's going to be an agonizing 1-1 draw, and we're going to walk away with a point and pat ourselves on the back and say we need to do better and all this other stuff. This is the least amount of faith I've had in the squad in a very, very, very long time, if ever. And it's a sad state of affairs, but that's just how I feel about it. So I'm going with a 1-1 draw. I hope that you are right, my friend, but we will definitely be back later with Off Work Jay and myself to chop up the results today. Thank you, everybody, for the support. Thank you for the listens. We'll be back. America is blue. London is blue, and we love you. Thank you.